Personally, this kind of has really hit home with me because I've had friends who've died from overdoses. I've had friends who their children have died from overdoses. I personally have participated in about a dozen funerals of young people who've died from overdoses. And after a while, it gets really frustrating. It gets sickening when you see that dealers could care less about what is happening to the people they're selling to. It's about the almighty dollar. And we're watching a generation of people that are struggling in their addiction and that are losing the fight. Now, House Bill 239, known as Brock's Bill, came about because of a family whose son overdosed with heroin. He had been clean for some time. He relapsed one night and he overdosed and died. The family took all the information they had from cell phone records, Facebook messages, even a GPS on a car, and they were able to track down the dealer. The problem with that is what they found is that our law fell short in bringing any prosecution. Ultimately, what the bill does, if someone is convicted of dealing when there has been a death because of an overdose, that the person would be held accountable for their actions, and they could be given anywhere from 2 to 25 years in prison for the wrongful death of the individual. We made a compromise to get the bill into law and get it on the books, that it had to be 1 gram. 1 gram is 66 bags, which is a lot of heroin. The average user doesn't buy that much heroin. They may buy a bundle, which is 13 bags, or maybe 2 bundles at most. So the idea from the Attorney General's office was 66 bags, was so that they could go after the larger dealers. But what we find out is with heroin mixed with fentanyl, it only takes 1 bag to kill someone. What the plan is in the next few weeks is to introduce legislation that will, in collaboration with the Attorney General's office, to bring the amount down, the threshold down from 1 gram to a much lower amount, so that this legislation can really be effective.